Now you can hear me. There is my voice. Thank you for letting me know if you could hear me. That's good. There we go. Now I can be heard. All right, so you should be able to hear me now. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay, good. Awesome. Very good. All right. Cool. So, yep. I put a little bit of water on my face. But yeah, this is pretty much me freshly awoken. But yeah, we got that Pokémon Presents to watch in a few minutes. I think it's going to be a good time. Now, let's find the they got a live stream going, right? I would assume they have a live stream going. So let's see if I can find that here. Pokémon Presents. Let's see. What's interesting is that I cannot find like an official place where they are live already. That is interesting. But if I go to the official Pokemon Twitter, that'll probably send me in the right direction. If it's gonna be live, I think it is gonna be live. Let's see here. What do you guys think is going to be in this Presents? Like, I mean, Pioro said some things a couple days ago, but wasn't like extremely confident. Okay. Let me pull this up. Okay, alright, well, I'm at the YouTube channel now. Official YouTube channel. Do they have a live page? I guess it's not... I don't see anything. I'm on the official YouTube Pokemon channel, and I do not see it. So let me show you guys. Is it going to be set up like this? No. Almost. Almost, but not quite. Not like that either. I'm trying to remember. There we go. I think we're good. Yeah, we're gonna use this one. Can I be heard still? Is my mic still there? Okay, good. But I do not see the live up. It's Pokemon Asia ENG, Granddaddy. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Granddaddy, for praying for me, by the way. Let's see here. Okay. So... I'm just taking a look. Asia, ENG. Okay. And I still don't see the live on this one. I guess the live's just not going to go up until it goes up. Okay. Pokemon YouTube. How many YouTube channels am I going to look up before I find it? I've already been on 2 different official English Pokemon YouTube channels. I'm going to find it though. Just give me a second. This is the morningness impacting my searching ability. Ah, I found the UK Pokemon Presents. That I finally found. Okay, the UK. That's pretty good. They speak English, so that version's probably gonna work just fine. Finally found a live, guys. We're good. We're gonna make it. Okay. Here we are. So then, what was the setup for this one? I don't remember. Okay. See, I can't even click the... I can't pull it up yet. So I'll leave it here for now. But this is where we're at. This is where the American one is now up. Okay, I don't think it matters, but let's find the American one. If I use the Acento, will that help me find... Probably not. Well, actually. No, that's IGN. Yeah, that's the tricky thing. Like, everyone else is higher on search than Pokemon's own live streams. It's so wild. Yet we know once they go live, they're going to be the most watched version, of course. Of course. Yeah, I'm still checking the US version. I don't see a live. Don't see it. UK version, though, it's ready. Here it is. So predictions. Oh, if it's premiere, that would explain why it's not under the live tab, I guess. I guess that would make sense, actually. Yeah. That would explain why it's not... Yep. That's it. That's why I haven't been finding it. It's because it's not under the live tab. Alright. Now I've officially found the North American Pokemon Presents live stream. I got 2 different live streams ready to go. We're ready, guys. So my predictions, so basically my predictions are very vague, because honestly, I think they're pretty hard to predict. There's gonna be a mainline Pokemon game from Game Freak. I guess we're going to see 2 or 3 games coming to Nintendo Switch announced during this show. At least 1 spin-off, and at least 1 mainline Pokemon game. You may notice my wording there, at least 1 mainline Pokemon game. I think the rumors of a Generation 5 remake, I think they may be true. I think they may be outsourced by Ilka, right, as they did with Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, and some people may not like that. But if this is the case, then I think it does also say that Game Freak is working on something else. Now, the question is, do they show this something else today, as they did 3 years ago, when they announced not just Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, but also Legends Arceus? So, is it a prediction that I'm going to say, we're going to get a spin-off Pokemon game, maybe Mystery Dungeon or something like that? But then on top of that, we're going to get a Unova-style remake that's been outsourced, and also a Legends game, maybe Legends Celebi or something, or Legends Kyurem. Kinda, but I'm also prepared to be like, well, maybe they're going to hold off a little bit. Like, I'm not going 100% all in on, oh man, this is going to be the most amazing Pokemon Presents ever, right? Like, I'm not there. I'm trying to temper my expectations, but... that could be, right? It could be. It is kind of the talking point I've been centering around. I'm not sure, right? So we'll see. But, you know, I'm sure we're going to get at least 1 mainline game. Pioro said he had heard about a Unova-based remake that's been outsourced, right? So that would be a Gen 5 remake, which would be cool. And I hope this also means there's a Legends game. I've kind of felt like it's what we've been heading towards, based off like the riddles from the Riddler, right, is a Generation 2 game and a Generation 5 game. You put that 8 digital clock, but if you look at the 8 digital clock, like the top part, middle part, and bottom parts are darker, and so I think the implication is that the 2 and the 5 on digital clock are laid on top of each other. So I think he's hinting 2 and 5. Generation 2 maybe based Legend Celebi, and then Generation 5 a black and white remake. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. I think that's what the riddles are going towards. But I'm not going to like assume 110% that that's what's going to happen. So we'll see. But this is what I've been pulling for that Legends game. So you know, we'll see what they do. I do think there's a chance that if they only show off the black and white remake today, and it's being made by Ilka, I think what that says is they are working on something else, but it may not be announced until later. And that could have something to do with the Switch 2 internal delay. They may want the next Pokemon game to be available for Switch 2. I'm not saying as an exclusive. I think that if there's like a Legends game, it would still be cross-gen, but maybe they want to have it paired closer to that release early next year. Because the thing is, Legends Arceus came out January of 2022, right? So it wouldn't be 3 years until early 2025, and I could see them even waiting a little bit longer if Switch 2 is not coming out until, say, March 2025. So I could see them pushing it up maybe like a few more months, like April, May, or June. Of course, this would have huge implications for when they do Gen 10, because then I don't know if they would have a Legends game come out like May or June, right? And then of 2025, and then have Gen 10 come out in November, as they typically do. Which might be good news for a lot of people, because maybe that means that they're going to push up Gen 10 to 2026, which means they're taking their time with their games a little bit more, which is what everyone's been sort of asking. So maybe there's something to that idea. But I'm not saying that's what they're doing. I'm just kind of spitballing ideas here. I do think that they're you know, it can go either way, pretty much. They may still just give us 2 mainline games today. So it'll be kind of exciting. We'll find out soon. I gotta move. Charmander deserves to be in frame. Good point, actually. He's not gonna... no. Anyway. Looking at the chat here, DW for Smash has been a member for 13 straight months. Thank you for sticking around as a member, even when I show up 45 minutes late to a live stream. That never happens except for today. I apologize again. Artemis, would you ever do a studio tour? Your office looks sick with the FNGL. Thank you. I could do a little bit of a studio tour. It's nothing too crazy. Like, I'm not gonna walk around because I have like a mess right here, and this camera's on a tripod, but I can still lift it, right? So I got this side of the room, you know. I'm really proud of that Super Metroid puzzle. And then this side, you got a window there. I got like a blackout sheet. There's a little fan. That's my little whiteboard. You probably can see some of the ideas for videos I have. I kind of write down different ideas and sponsors I want to work with. And that's pretty much my set. I have a carpet on the floor. There's a couple things I have down there. But that's it. I have a few lights, right? I have these bigger kind of like movie set lights. I get that they look like movie set lights, but they're like diffused lights. There's 2 right there. And then I have like 2 LED lights behind those if I want to color the room, which I do sometimes. And that's it. There's also a green screen here if I ever want to pull it out. But I only use that for a dark period of time early last year where I had to put everything in one room. And then I was here, and then I had to set up, so, yeah. That's pretty much the set. Okay, we're 60 seconds away. Alright, so I think it's time I get ready. Okay, so I'm just waiting for this to pop up at this point. Okay, I'm gonna exit you. I don't need both up at this point. I just need the one. All right, and so it says the premiere is in 60 seconds, guys. We are so close. Can you guys still hear me? Am I still connected? It said it lost me for a second, but I think I'm good. I think I'm still connected. Yeah. There we are. All right, we're just waiting, guys. We're so close. Premiere will begin shortly. Let me give them a fat like. Awesome. Okay. In the first few seconds, I'll probably have someone talking, and I'm just gonna double check the audio levels. But I think we'll be good because I used this setup last time when we did the partner showcase, so I think we'll be okay. But I'm gonna double check, and so if something sounds off, let me know. Once this comes up, I will full screen it, and we should be good to go. Oh, there we go. Honestly, kind of loud for me. I'm sorry, I'm an old man. It's still a little loud for me, but I'm gonna put up with it. Here we go. Boy, you guys can hear the game of the live stream, right? Well, you were able to hear it for a second. Uh-oh, 10 seconds. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, what's gonna happen? That's Pikachu. It's probably not too loud anymore. Oh, the unknown! That could be gold and silver! Oh, Gen 2! Is it still too loud for you guys?
I'm Ishihara from the Pokémon Company.
Let me know if this sounds
Today,
better.
February 27 is Pokémon Day. This is the date that the Pokémon Red and Pokémon Green games were first released in Japan. Our adventures with Pokémon, which started with the simple fun of collecting, trading, and battling in the Pokémon Red and Pokémon Green games, have expanded to fit into so many facets of daily life, including walking and sleeping. We'll keep challenging ourselves to create new ways to enjoy Pokémon, and we hope you'll continue your adventures with us.
I would say it sounds good.
Today,
Awesome. Thank you.
We will be bringing you all the latest news about Pokémon, including our newest titles. Mr. Utsunomiya, please take it away.
We're about to get an announcement, aren't we? Here we
Hello,
go.
I'm Utsunomiya from the Pokémon Company.
Okay.
I hope everyone has enjoyed their adventures in the Pokémon Scarlet and Pokémon Violet games so far. To commemorate Pokémon Day, we've planned a series of Terra Raid battle events where you'll be able to face off against the mighty Venusaur,
I can't
Blastoise,
believe it.
and Charizard.
Oh.
The first of these Terra Raid battle events will begin tomorrow.
Ground.
We hope
Okay, I
you
don't
will
know
all
what
enjoy
Blastoise
these
is.
raids. Today, I'd also like to share the latest updates on a number of our other games. Please have a look at this.
Okay. We're about to get a trailer, guys. What is it? Oh, the animation works pretty good this time. Ah, Pokemon Go. Okay. We're gonna get all this stuff, like the
collaboration event with Pokemon Go is on
non
its
just
way.
Switch announcement things. Like there's gonna be that stuff like this. But we'll get games. There'll be some.
Pikachu wearing Cap's hat is making its debut.
Oh man.
It even knows an attack new to Pokemon Go, Volt Tackle.
Oh, I mean, that's kind of cool for Pokemon Go. I don't play Pokemon
Charcadet,
Go anymore.
Armarouge, and Ceruledge are coming too. And Liko and Roy will be dropping in when you snap a pic and go snapshot. So set out on an adventure with your new friends.
Who's actually watching the anime? I haven't been. I'm sure I'll give it a whirl. The new one at some point. Pokemon Sleep. I was doing a little bit of that earlier. Yo, that's more Gen 2 stuff. The Mareep. Oh, Raikou. Yo, they're hinting Gen 2 hard right now. With the unknowns and now this? Why is Raikou in my bed? It's a pretty kitty. Link exists. It's not the same without Ash. Alright. Pokemon sleep. It's nice to sleep. That I agree with. Pokemon Masters EX. Another game I don't play.
I never give up. We're just
Ooh.
getting started.
But
We're
that
the
the
greatest
hyper
in the
beam
world.
sound, the
You're
music.
the greatest and strongest partner
Yo,
I can
more
ask
Gen
for.
2 love.
Fight!
This is all Gen 2, guys. It's all Gen 2. What's wild is Peoria heard about the Unova thing, which is Gen 5. So what's going on? I mean, Pokemon media has been definitely marketing Gen 2 stuff, and they're doing it here too. So is it Legend Celebi? We're gonna find out in a couple minutes, like obviously. But it's just interesting seeing all of it materialize right now. Looks like most of you haven't really been watching or talking about the anime. Yeah. It's different. No Gen 5 love yet, right? I haven't seen it. No. Not even Gumi's Gen came out in what X and Y? Maybe? I actually like Pokemon Unite. Which you can play on your Switch. Phalanx. Ooh, Ceruledge. Cool. Kinda. Oh, look at that. I do love the costumes in Pokemon Unite. They're really cool, but that's what usually you need money for. Usually. You can buy some. I agree with the Zelda anime. Alright, Pikachu, what do you got for us, buddy?
Moving on, please have a look at this video.
A video? Oh. What's the video about? What are they selling this time? Milk? Pokemon milk? Miltank milk. That's what we got. That's some Miltank milk right there. And those are Pokemon cards. Oh, that's a Bulbasaur. Oh, but it's on your phone. Okay. Open packs. Oh, that's classic Pikachu. One of them. Can you battle? Can you battle? Oh, that's a pretty Moltres. I might do that too. The Pokemon trading card game app? I didn't know this is a thing, but I'm kind of into it. Oh, you can do battles. Is it normal? It's like a normal card game? Looks kind of like it. That's a bench. Charizard. That's cool. This is definitely another way for them to make money. Just no one watches the anime anymore. I'll probably download this app and then give up after a couple hours. Well, not a couple hours, a couple days. Like, you play it for like a few minutes at a time, right? I think it's cool, though. They got a lot of, like, there's a lot of, like, mobile game trading card apps and stuff, so I'm down for it.
What you just saw was the world's first look at Pokemon trading card game Pocket.
It's kind of big for them.
This game lets you easily
Some people are
collect
gonna go
Pokemon
so
cards,
deep on
which
this.
players all over the world have enjoyed since
Super
they
deep.
debuted in 1996, but in a new digital format. The Pokemon Company is developing this game as a three-party collaboration with Creatures Inc., the creators of the Pokemon trading card game, and DNA, our partners in the development of Pokemon Masters EX. To mark the launch of this title, here's a message from Mr. Yuji Kitano, President and CEO of Creatures. Mr. Kitano, take it away.
Hello everyone, I'm
the
Yuji
music.
Kitano from Creatures Inc. I'd like to start by thanking everyone for enjoying the Pokemon trading card game.
Oh,
With Pokemon
man.
trading card
The
game
music.
Pocket, we hope to bring you all a new way to enjoy the Pokemon trading
I don't
card
really
game.
care what they're
So we are
talking
hard
about
at
now.
work
I just
developing
listen to
digital
the
cards.
music.
When we
I'm gonna
develop
enjoy the
physical
app for a little
cards,
bit though. That's
we
cool.
strive to please by taking great care with our paper quality, colors, and printing process. Since this game uses mobile devices rather than paper, we're challenging ourselves to express that care in new ways that are only possible digitally, such as using the characteristics of the screen to show off brilliant colors and stylish effects.
Neat.
One way we're accomplishing this is with immersive cards,
Oh,
which give players the experience of leaping into the world of the card illustration.
I actually do like this. Like, this is cool.
What's more, we've developed new streamlined game rules based on our existing battle system, so you can enjoy a quick battle during the free moments in your
This is
day.
almost as good as a trading card game for Game Boy, except not.
Our three companies are all working
They
hard
jump
to
cut.
deliver a fun experience for those of
fade.
you who already enjoy the Pokemon
Why'd they
trading
do
card
that?
game, as well as those who've never played before. We hope you look forward to the results of our latest efforts in the world of the Pokemon trading card game, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket. Thank you so much.
I just don't know why they did a
Thank
jump
you,
cut
Mr.
like that.
Kitano.
They could have just have another
We plan
take,
to launch Pokemon Trading
Were they-
Card Game
were
Pocket
clean?
within 2024.
or did something. Hey,
Please look forward to more
2024
details
content.
in the future.
just not for Switch.
Just one more thing. We'd like to end today's presentation with one final video for you all. Thank you for tuning in.
One final video. Wait, don't. Wait, what? One final video? Is this just before the main announcements, or is this it? Oh, come on. If this is it, this is rough. Only one announcement? Well, I'm gonna be shocked. Hey, it's a Game Freak game at least. It's a remake, right? Wait. 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 Coexist between Pokemon. Okay. What are they doing? This doesn't feel like a remake. What are we doing? What's going on? What is this? Is it something new? It feels like something new. Alright. That's Age Slash. That is not Gen 2 or 5. This is Gen 6. This is Gen 6. This is in Paris. Okay. Urban redevelopment plan. Yes! Pokemon Legends Z! They're going Gen 6? Pokemon Legends is back! I told you, releasing simultaneously worldwide in 2025. They're saving it for Switch 2. And we're getting Mega Evolutions. Okay. they confirmed Legends. If it's a 2025 thing, that's all they could reasonably show. But we still need something for 2024. Bruh. What the hell? Oh, wow. I don't even know what to say. I know what to say. I know, like, 2024 is gonna suck. God. I don't even know. Well, that's crazy. So first off, yes. Dude, this is actually, all right, so what I was kind of talking about before live stream started, but I wasn't sure was actually going to happen, they're doing it, except they're not giving us a remake. This is crazy. So the whole generation region thing, there's no Gen 2 or this is Gen 6, right? Did I miss something? Lumio Cities that was clearly based off Paris, right? Like that was an X and Y thing. Am I wrong? Lumio City. No, that is X and Y. Yeah, right? Like that. Yeah, that's the Kalos region. Okay, so I'm not wrong there. That's nuts. Yeah, Kitsune 84. This Legends game is a Switch 2 game. They're absolutely doing it. We're finally having a break year. Legends will be the 2025 cross-gen Nintendo Switch 2 game. I'm 100% on that train. And Gen 10 is probably even pushed to 2020. It's probably coming out 2026. So they're finally having the longer generation. Like this is even, it's kind of interesting, right? Because you could argue they didn't show us that much, and so this Pokemon Presents would fall under the pretty like lame category, right? Because there wasn't really that many announcements. There was nothing really to enjoy this year except for the trading card mobile game. But 2025 is going to have another Legends game, so it is a series. Everyone that said it wouldn't be a series, it's a series, buddy. It's coming. So I'm excited because I'm all on Legends. Legends is my favorite. I love Legends. Arceus, it's so good, and so I'm glad they're doing it again. This is interesting that it's being set in Kalos. So I'm very, very curious on that. And here's the other cool thing about it. So we kind of assumed Legends had to go back into the past, but that still looks pretty modern to me. So it doesn't have to be in the past, or at least not like the distant past. So I mean, it may be, like there's still civilization there, clearly. Yeah, Lord Alduin, this looks like this is going to be the Z to X and Y that we've been waiting years and years for. Yep, yes, unboxing games. We finally got Pokemon Z. Yeah, it seemed futuristic, I would want to say. So this is cool stuff. But also, what in the world are we enjoying for 2024? Man. Like I am so I'm not confused. I'm more so, I mean, man, I don't it's going to be a tough year. I don't want to say that. Like I don't want to be negative. But if Pokemon's not even putting a game in 2024, like good thing I bought a PS5 over the weekend. Exactly. You're literally in Paris right now. Wow. How'd you know? This is interesting. Let me see if I can show you guys something. give you guys a sneak peek into the plan I had for today. Now I don't know what the plan is for today, actually. I might have to change that. But let me see if I can show you guys something here. I'm gonna put something up. It's nothing crazy. It's just a thumbnail I was working on for a live stream that at first I thought I was gonna do yesterday night, but then I decided, oh, you know what, I should do it today instead, right? So I'm gonna do my 36K celebration stream later tonight, and there we're gonna talk. I'm gonna focus more on talking about just like Nintendo's 2024 and if it can still be an exciting year. That's the plan. Ah, Karen, you've renewed your membership. Awesome. Been a member for 25 straight months. That's amazing. So let me show you this. It's nothing, like I said, it's nothing crazy, but yeah. So this was the planned thumbnail for the live stream, right? We're gonna talk about 2024 being interesting, and so I'm kind of glad I decided to wait because they ain't Gen 5 anything. Zekrom here, nope. Zekrom does not apply, so I'll put I don't know what I'm gonna put. I'll have to rethink the thumbnail a little bit, because basically what I'm trying to imply with a thumbnail. Okay, we get a Gen 5 remake, maybe something Metroid, right? Maybe Metroid Prime 2 or 3, or even Metroid Prime 4. It's up for debate. And then Midna, as in I do think Twilight Princess HD is coming out this year. So that's all I was trying to get at with this, right? That was kind of the thumbnail, but you kind of see I'm showing a little bit of a behind the scenes thing where I'm like, oh well, this thumbnail is not gonna go public. I mean, you may see some of this, right? But I'm at least gonna change the Zekrom thing because, well, unless we find evidence of Generation 5 remakes still happening this year, Zekrom is not gonna stay in the thumbnail. I'm sorry, Zekrom. I thought you were gonna happen too, especially after what Pioro heard. But it's actually, that part is very interesting that it was not shown. So I'm very curious on that part too. Like, so I'm sure a lot of you guys heard that Pioro, right, is Pioro told us about a Gen 5 outsourced remake, and that wasn't here. Like, the Legends thing I was prepared for, but I was gonna think that we were going to see the Gen 5 remake as well. And so that Pokemon Presents felt really short. I wonder if it was canceled. Ronnie, I could put Zygarde. Yes, thank you. That makes a lot of sense. Zygarde makes a lot of sense now. So that may be the thumbnail adjustment. Maybe I'll put like a Legends logo as well, just so people are aware of what I'm talking about. But it's a 2025 thing now. So I'm excited for Legends, but also I'm just very confused on what the plan is for 2024. Yeah, so another thing. Yeah, no, so the Joker, you're 100% right in saying this. I'll just read what you said here. Piero did say he wasn't sure. He did take the L on the Gen 5 remake if it wasn't there. I don't think this is an indictment on Piero whatsoever, because he said from the get-go, hey, I heard this a year ago or something like that. This may not be there. Take it with a grain of salt. So, for sure, right? And that's why, like, yeah, it wasn't like a hard expectation, but it's one of those things where it's like, well, it's the best we got. Hey, at least we're getting Legends. What's kind of crazy is that before I started to believe in the remake hype train, I was like, you know what? I think it's time for Legends. Like, above anything else, like I've argued throughout the year, yeah, Legends game makes sense. We've argued Legends Kira, and then we switched to Legends Celebi, but they're like, nah, here's Legends ZA, Legends ZA. I guess it's cool. So it's so interesting. Kieran with the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Kieran. Kieran asks, did you see the report saying Switch 2 could be pushed back even further? March 2025, not set in stone. So does that impact a June reveal? So when you say the reports, are you Yeah, so I'm aware of the reports. Yeah, I'm aware of the reports. It's tough, man, because, you know, we argued 2024 for so long, right? So confidently. And I did mention a delay was possible. I mentioned a delay was possible many times, but I definitely didn't expect one. I definitely wasn't like, hey guys, this could be delayed. Like, there's a really good chance this could be delayed. I was more like, yeah, it could be delayed, but it's probably not going to be delayed. And it was delayed internally, not officially, right? Because, well, nothing's public and official yet, but the best we got are all the internal reports. And all the internal reports are saying the system has now been internally delayed to early 2025. And yes, there are some reports that indicate it could go even later than that. And so, what this reminds me of is the Tears of the Kingdom situation, where, I thought they had everything going for them to hit a 2023 timeframe. But, a lot of people, and credit to a lot of people, just like the general masses of Zelda fans, were thinking, yeah, well, Zelda games get delayed all the time, so they're probably going to do it again. And I was like, nah, they're totally ready this time. This is a sequel. They got everything going. It's been in development for half a decade. They're not going to delay it. And they delayed it. They delayed it to, well, it was going to be a 2022 release, and it was delayed to 2023. And so the same situation has kind of happened with Switch 2, not publicly, internally, right? I was like, nah, 2024, this is it. Nintendo's got a good development pipeline. We're already hearing all these reports of screens and manufacturing. They're good for 2024. And now we have all these reports of, well, you know what? They just want to make sure the lineup is just right. So they pushed it back. And also, they want to make sure that they have enough systems ready to go. And so all of a sudden, another delay, there we go. Internally, not publicly, for those that get mad and say, well, they never announced it, so how can it be delayed? This is all about what's happening behind the scenes, right? So it gets delayed internally. And is it possible it gets delayed internally again? Yes. So I feel like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'll say, hey, man, shame on both of us. Fool me 3 times, it's all on me, right? So I think I'm just going to adopt the it'll happen when it happens strategy. Like, I'm still going to talk about things, and I'm still going to talk about, hey, these things, I think this is when it's going to happen. I'm not going to change that, but I'm just going to maybe be a little bit more cautious about, hey, this could be delayed. Just remember that. Which again, I think I've always suggested it could be delayed, but I'm going to be a little bit more loud about, hey, this could be delayed. So could Switch 2 be delayed even further internally? And the answer is yes. Will it happen again? I don't think so, right? I don't think so, but I didn't think it was going to be delayed to 2025. And I also didn't think Tears of the Kingdom was going to be delayed to 2023, but they happened. Even though I thought you could make a compelling case for both, that they should be more than well enough ready for both. Like, we've been, first off, let me just say this, right? In terms of like just R&D, like research and development, Nintendo's only doing research and development for one platform now, not 2. How many people talk about that? I haven't heard anyone talk about that except me right now. And so there's that. There is the fact that this is one of the longest generations ever for Nintendo. And yet, with those things in mind, they still saw a delay, right? Supposedly had a lot of manufacturing going. Supposedly, they've had the best development pipeline ever. I mean, that's not even supposedly, it's a fact. They are sitting on games. And yet, with all these factors in mind, still delayed. So, like, I think you could have made the best argument ever for there to not be a delay, and yet there was still a delay internally. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, well, but we're definitely live streaming tonight. It is going to be a 36K celebration. We are going to go deeper into how Nintendo's going to handle their 2024. Man, I was hoping, I was really hoping that what we were going to get in this Pokemon Presents could be like a big kind of talking point for the week, right? Like, I was hoping like we would see like a Gen 5 remake trailer and I could do like a graphics comparison for that. And I was hoping for a Legends. I mean, I can still do a Pokemon Legends trailer analysis. Maybe, I'm not sure if I'll do that. I may save it for tomorrow, and then I'll just have the live stream later today. But I was kind of hoping that there was going to be like an exciting reaction to just kind of put in for those that didn't watch the live stream in the afternoon. But now I'm not sure if it's even worth clipping out, because it was just kind of like, oh, okay, this is a thing. I'll take a look at it at my replay, and I'll decide how I feel about that. Arceon, thank you for the super chat. Arceon says, we are getting Pokemon Z and a new Legends in one game. Mega Evolutions are back, and they're taking more time for both this game and Gen 10. Amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's actually really good news for the long-term plan of Pokemon. It's really good news. It's just bad news for 2024. Like, 2024 is looking like a real stinker right now. And I don't want to go into like the negativity train. Like, I would even say, I'll just tell you guys, like, when we heard the initial reports from VGC and others that Switch 2 is being pushed to 2025, that hit me at my core. I was down. Why was I down? Several reasons. Some people would say, oh, it's just a video game. You're an idiot. How could you be so... First off, I'm a YouTuber. This is my career, right? Or part of my career. Maybe I'll have to do a little bit of something on the side in the meanwhile, because it's probably going to be a slow year now. And my channel's still growing, right? I thought this would be the year where things would really grow. Now things are probably going to slow down. We'll see. So like from a career perspective, it absolutely impacts me personally, right? But also, I don't like being wrong. That's why, I admitted to being wrong. But that sucked. And then, what are we going to play this year? It's a serious question, right? So, I was a little down. Like, I'm not even sure Metroid Prime 4 is coming out this year. I know some people are arguing that, and maybe, especially without a Pokemon game this year, if there's a game to put out on the holiday that's going to get the spotlight and more attention than any other time, it is now without a Pokemon game. So, and from one perspective, you could say, well, yeah, Metroid Prime 4, bro, that's got to happen, right? You would think. But I'll put a little bit of background music while we're still on here for a few minutes. But the person who said Metroid Prime 4 may happen, Jeff Grubb, they're talking about plans, right, that they heard a little while back, perhaps before the reports of a Switch 2 internal delay happened, right? So the question is Metroid Prime 4 tied to Switch 2 in any way? And if it is, then it could have also been pushed into 2025 because of that. Perhaps very similar to how we're not getting a Pokemon game this year. And this Legends is a 2025 thing. Of course, they may be taking advantage of the opportunity to polish up this Legends game, which is great. But with Prime 4, is this a scenario where they're pushing back Prime 4 to 2025 so they can release a cross-gen version? I'm not saying it's a day one launch. It could be, but I would assume more likely that it's going to be launch window. And I think it's honestly very possible. But on the flip side, you can argue, well, Metroid Prime 4 comes out this year as a Switch 1 title. It was developed with Switch 1 in mind. We've seen Prime Remastered. It already looked amazing. They can surely pull off an amazing Metroid Prime for Switch 1 version, and it'll get the most attention for this year, especially without Pokemon, and it'll be a big deal. I would assume it sells like 5 million copies, which would be historic for Metroid, and then they can still show off a cross-gen version next year. It's not the same. It's not the same. But maybe they tie in a visually enhanced version. You can get a cheap upgrade if you already own the Switch 1 version, or you buy it as the Switch 2 version, and maybe they tie it with an expansion, like DLC, and so there's still something new there. And I think there's something to that because Metroid in general is very replayable, so maybe we can replay it with better graphics a second time around with new content on top of that with an expansion of some sort. Like, they could get away with that. It kind of leaves a little bit of a, I don't want to say a bitter taste in my mouth. Let's say sour. I like sour candy, actually. But it's not for everyone. It leaves a sour taste in my mouth. Because I'm like, oh, well, a sour candy taste. Let's say sour candy, because the phrase, a figure of speech is sour. It's all negative. But a sour candy taste, which isn't all negative. And I just say that just because I want to play Metroid Prime 4 in the best way possible immediately, right? So, best case scenario was Switch 2 coming out this year with Metroid Prime 4. That's not going to happen. Not from the reports, at least. So, what do we get? It's either Metroid Prime 4 by itself, or it's Metroid Prime 4 cross-gen at some point next year. One or the other. So, in terms of giving us something to do in 2024, they need to come out with something. Yeah, so it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Nintendo Prime, what's up, buddy? What is up? But we are getting Legends next year, so that's gonna be hype. Harley Sonder, for me, the only positive news I could ask for with Prime 4 would be it being optimized for Switch 2. Wouldn't want it before Switch 2 personally. Would love to see Prime 2 and 3 mastered in between. That's kind of the train I've been on, but I'll take Prime 4 this year. I'm not gonna like cry foul if they announce Prime 4 as a holiday title for 2024 on Switch 1. I'm not gonna cry foul. Wilberforce Wooster. Switch 2 in 2025 has always meant 2024 dead year. Team 2025 seem to not understand that. Yeah, see, the thing is, Team 2025 has always been like, yeah, but 2024 is gonna be a good year. And I've even argued that if 2025 gets pushed, that we would still have a good year. But without this is kind of the crazy part, right? With everything that we're seeing so far, you would think that at least we get Pokemon, right? And we're not even getting Pokemon in 2024. So that's just crazy. So, my perspective is, how in the world does Nintendo give us a good year this year? Like, all right, so we talk about the drop-offs per year, right? We're gonna have our third declining year for this fiscal year that's about to end next month. Next fiscal year is gonna be the drop-off of all drop-offs. Every year becomes more and more stark, and so you could have been like, this current fiscal year we had Tears of the Kingdom, we had the Mario movie, we had the Mario Wonder. Now we don't even have Pokemon. Like, you don't even have Pokemon. This fourth fiscal year in a row of financial sales is going to be such a huge stark drop-off. Like, from a sales perspective, we're not just talking about a minor decline now. Without Pokemon, there's no Tears of the Kingdom, there's no major Mario game like a Mario Wonder. They're cooked. This is not going to be this is not going to be, okay, a little. No, this is going to be a little more, woof. Like, there's going to be a significant drop-off in terms of sales this year. I'm I think. However, they could just price drop the hell out of everything. And price drops are cool. You know, they're gonna definitely excite some people. But something to note here, right? I think they can do price drops and they'll still be able to say, hey, we still sold like 10 million Switches this year or something. And that wouldn't be that bad. But when you drop the price of a console or games, we've talked about Nintendo Select Line coming back, right? Something to keep in mind. You don't make as much money when you sell for something less, right? Like per title, per system, if you sell it cheaper, you're not getting as much money with that purchase. And so even if they try to counteract the drop in sales with price drops, they're going to get less money from it. And so strictly from a revenue perspective, this fourth year is going to be a real big drop off, and they haven't shown anything that really combats that. Listen, I'm going to defend Endless Ocean Luminous. I think it's an exciting game. I'm going to buy this game May 2nd. I am ready for that. But there's a reason they priced it at $50. I bet more than half of you in this chat don't even know what I'm talking about. Because Endless Ocean is so niche. It's not going to save Nintendo's 2024. Most people don't even know what it is. It's such a niche title. Maybe I shouldn't say half of you guys watching, because you guys watching here probably are Nintendo fans, right? Most of you watch my channel probably more regularly. Most Nintendo fans that don't watch Nintendo news religiously, yeah. The joke, you're saying it's set entirely in Lumio City? Are we 100% on that? I mean, the map did look like that's what it was. How do you do a Legends game in a city? That's so weird. That's so weird. Let me see if I can watch the trailer again. There we go. Pokemon Legends ZA. ZA. Let's put this trailer up one more time. Actually, let me show you a thumbnail. Alright. Turn this off. Alright, I'm going to... Alright, we're going to watch this. We're going to take another look at this one more time, and then I will do a little bit more Q&A, and then I'll call it a night. I didn't do that much Q&A, I know. We're going to do it after this. Okay. So, notice the thumbnail, Pokemon ZA. Okay, Pokemon Legends ZA releases simultaneously worldwide in 2025. Alright, hold on. Let me maximize. Okay. Here we go. Confidential. Urban redevelopment plan. Envision a beautiful coexistence between people and Pokemon. 100%. This is loud. This is so loud for me. Sorry, I gotta lower it. It's too loud for me. How could the whole game, like, it's not wilderness anymore? I mean, I'll be fine with that. Yeah, this is Pokemon the water. I am very confused. Lumio City. Urban redevelopment plan, Lumio City. Okay. Pokemon Legends Z. Zygarde Alpha. This is gonna be hype. All right, so I don't. All right, unless there's been some sort of confirmation. Oh, and Mega Evolution's coming back. That's a big deal. Yeah, for sure. All right. So I don't think it's only taking place in Lumiose City. Let me explain. Or maybe I should not explain, but like, hey, watch my trailer analysis later today. Then you'll be like, oh, you're right. It's not gonna. No, I don't believe that. There's no way. All right, so let me explain. It's a urban redevelopment plan. So the idea is to better establish the city. I think that makes sense, right? Like, there's a redevelopment. It's an urban redevelopment plan. They're redeveloping the city. When you go and play Legends Arceus, you are kind of expanding civilization a little bit, right? There's a little bit to, hey, we're kind of starting up a small town here. My perspective is this is like this is the town, and maybe the town's more expansive than it was in Legends Arceus, but I don't think the town's the only thing you do, because where are the wild Pokemon? Legends Arceus is a Pokemon catching game. That was like the big focus, Legends Arceus, right? So I think you're still going to be catching Pokemon in the wild outside of the city. But there's going to be a redevelopment plan to build up the city. So that's my perspective. I don't think it's all in the city, because where are the wild Pokemon? And yeah, no, I don't think that's what it is. So I doubt that. Of course, let's wait until we get more updates, but... Oh, wait, it does say that? Oh, snap. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. What does Nintendo say? Oh, you're totally right. It does say that. Huh, well, there goes my hopium. Nintendo America. Watch to see the reveal trailer for Pokemon Legends ZA, a new adventure set entirely within Lumiose City, coming to Nintendo Switch in 2025. Or at least they confirmed it's coming to Nintendo Switch. That's crazy. Man, I guess, well, I'm just wrong. I guess it'll just be a lot of Pokemon in the city, or will it not even be about catching wild Pokemon? I'm gonna have to sit on this one. I'm gonna have to sit on this one and kind of analyze it. I mean, it's obviously gonna be, I think it's gonna be about building up the city, but I guess there won't be going out. You won't be going outside to build the city. Huh. Could it be that the city starts off as almost nothing and it is kind of wilderness, and over time it becomes something more futuristic? Is that the idea? That'd be kind of cool, actually. Or is it like a reclaiming kind of thing? Like maybe it's overtaken with wild Pokemon. You have to kind of claim it. You have to, over time, kind of catch all the Pokemon and build up the town. Or city. Metropolis. It's interesting. We got so many questions. And we won't be getting any answers. Well, we're going to be getting answers this year, but... Yeah, Ronnie. We're finally getting Mega Evolutions. Flygon coming back. I think you're right on that. Flygon's going to be getting Megas. A Mega. Or 2 Megas. What if? X and Y. Oh! Mewtwo Charizard. Get a Z evolution. That might be interesting. Kieran, is Switch 2 is March 2025. Does this Pokemon game release before or after March 2025? I do not know. I think it can go either way. Like, the thing is, like, how much later into the year do they want to wait to show off the game? I think it's tough to say. I guess one weird thing is that you would think that with no remake coming out this year, they would have made this a holiday title. Like, if they were positioned to come out in January, right? Like, so, okay, right, just, let me explain. If Legends Arceus, like, hypothetically speaking, right, was the only Pokemon game back in 2022 that was about to come out, right? Or, yeah, 2020, holiday 2021, right? Like, if they came out January, like, so conceivably they could have had it ready in November. That's not that much more time. Like, you know, conceivably. So if they're already telling us 2025 and they're not giving us any kind of game this year, like, I feel like there's already a good chance it's not happening in January, because I think them putting Legends Arceus in January from last time, I think I'm explaining myself better now. That was because they had a remake in for the holiday, right? And they were scared to experiment with the Legends game. But now that they've seen the Legends game can really do well, I think they're like, no, this can be the game, right? So I think that this is not a scenario where they're pushing up a couple months and having an outsourced remake just to play it safe. I think they're coming out 2025 because this is in 2025. This isn't like being pushed up a month or two so they can have something else for the holiday. So I think January for this Legends game is probably not going to happen. And let's say Switch 2 is coming out March. If you're already positioned for an earlier release, why not just have it come out early? So maybe the Legends game isn't a day one launch title, but what if it's like around that window? So what if it's like an April release? You know, let's say Switch 2 comes out March, launches with 3D Mario, right? And then in April, they have Legends ZA come out. Still comes out for Switch 1, but also there's a cross-gen version for Switch 2. I can see that. So I think we might wait a little bit more. But Kieran, you're right in saying Pokemon also does a summer presentation. So we'll get more news on Legends this year. And by that point, Switch 2 may already be announced, so they can give us more details on what's going on. Sailor Mercury says it will be a cross-gen game. I think that it seems likely. Sky Swords Alyssa, what's up? I was asleep during the showcase, so I'll have to go back and watch. I want to know if you think we should get a new evolution or variant. Ooh, that's a good question. Well, they already have Sylveon, right, for Kalos. So can they have like another I don't know. I mean, there's gonna be new forms. I'm gonna say no on the Eevee. Oh, they had some new evolutions though. I'm not feeling like Eevee's gonna have a new one, but I could be wrong. It would be a unique Eevee because the Legends games are set in regions that we already played in, right? So it would have to be something that's based off the time period. I don't know. Maybe it could be a futuristic Eevee. Maybe it's like a Steel type Eevee. That would be cool actually, which would be a good foil for Sylveon, which is Fairy, and the Fairy's weak against Steel. Sam Talks Games the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Sam says, "Yo, just got here, but that kind of looked like a Switch 2 game. Looks too good to run on the Switch." Yeah, with all those graphics they showed, right? Yeah, I don't know about that. The Joker. Oh, maybe X and Y remakes end of 2025. Gen 10 launch in 2026, just a year later than expected, kind of like Gen 4 along with Legends Arceus that year. Yeah, they could do something like that. Skip the Gen 5 remakes. I think they're just skipping. I think they're just not doing a remake at this point. They're supposed. I mean, if Pure heard of a Unova remake, though, they could even still announce a Unova remake this year, technically, if it's being outsourced. It could be announced in the summer when they have the later year Pokemon Presents, and it could still come out for the holiday. Not telling us about it now, though, it is a head scratcher. Typically, they would announce this in the beginning of the year. Leon Kennedy Fan says, I expect a new legendary Pokemon. Maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking Zygarde Alpha. Remember that there's a lot of Alpha Pokemon in Legends as well. So, but that doesn't. There could be something to that idea too. Definitely, I mean, there's something to the Legendary and a 100%. Sky Swords Alyssa. Oh, that's true. I was just thinking it's been a long time since new. Maybe in the next gen. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Lord Aldo, we can get answers about the power plant, though, guys. Oh, yeah, the power plant. Yes, the power plant. Wilberforce Booster. Pokemon Company almost got to announce the next system's simultaneous release. Ha. Yep, simultaneous release. That's going to be the most crazy system ever. Jokes aside. Yeah. Anyway, it's definitely something to kind of sit on, everyone. I'm going to sit on this. Maybe I do a trailer analysis today. I was thinking about pushing it to tomorrow. We'll see. But there will be a live stream tonight. It's going to be 10 hours from now. Yeah, 10 hours from now, we will do a live stream. It'll be the 36K celebration stream. We'll be talking more in detail about 2024 and in terms of what we can expect. It's going to be interesting, for sure. I don't know how we handle this year, but maybe we'll have some better ideas later tonight. And maybe I'll see if I can invite a couple people in. But, yeah. Karen, with a super chat as well. Thank you for super chat. Karen says there's still that rumored April Direct. There is still that rumored April Direct. You're totally right on that. So that may be a good time, and that will definitely clear up a lot of things, but we're still in February, so we're a ways off. We're probably 5 to 6 weeks away from that Direct if that rumor is true, which I think there's a good chance it is. Ronnie Fazio, a Dragon evolution for Eevee would be cool. Give us a Dragon and a Steel evolution for Eevee, especially because they had the whole Dragon Fairy Steel thing going on for Gen 6 and Kalos, so that would, if we got 2 Eevee evolutions for a Legends game, that would be insane. I'll do a couple more questions here. Moon Sorrow, do you think they're releasing simultaneously means they are making a Legend Z and A and not Switch 1 and 2? No, I think Legend Z is just a name, and it's already confirmed for Switch 1, and I think there will be some compatibility with Switch 2, be it its own separate release, and that's it. Chrono Rig, so there will be 2 different versions. Maybe. I don't think it's gonna be 2 different versions in the traditional sense. They would have announced it already. No, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do 2 different versions across 2 different systems. Like, not in the traditional sense of Pokemon, where it's like, oh, Pokemon Za and Pokemon Ya. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. But the reason why I don't think they would do that, just to explain, the idea behind doing the 2 different versions is you want people to kind of trade in between. And I think having 1 version per system would be kind of weird in the traditional sense, right? But could there be 2 different versions? Like, oh, there's just a better running version for Switch 2. Yes, that I think there will be that, but I don't think it's going to be like, hey, there's 2 different versions, double dip, and trade between games, like Pokemon Red and Blue, Pokemon X and Y. Not like that. So, yeah, that's how I think it's going to be. Kieran and I agreed Wind Waker Twilight Princess need to happen this year now. For sure. JT Gamer, I think there's no new system coming because of Pokemon Legends release year. Well, you know, what do you mean, like 2020? You don't think there's a Switch 2 in 2025? I am not going down this rabbit hole. I'll tell you that delays are possible, so maybe it doesn't happen in 2025. But I don't know how Nintendo survives without. If the Switch 2 doesn't come out until 2026, I don't know if that happens. I think it makes more sense for Switch 2 to come out in 2025 now, especially with Legends coming out in 2025, because it always made sense for the Switch 2 to have some time before the next generation of Pokemon. So Gen 10 seems to be a 2026 release now. And so Switch 2 comes out 2025, that gives them a year to year and a half, if not more time than that, to build up a solid lineup of systems out there that people own. So when the Gen 10 games comes out exclusively for Switch 2, there will be enough people who own the Switch 2 to warrant solid sales for the game. This was my argument for 2024, by the way, that I made. But the difference is that I thought there'd be a Pokemon game coming out in 2024. And there isn't. So, here we are. Oh, you're totally right, Ronnie. The character AZ Oz is 100% showing up in Legends. I need to rekindle my lore for this, but that's a good point. There's definitely something to that. That's gonna be interesting. All right, guys. Well, I will see hopefully a lot of you later tonight for the 36K celebration stream, which will be talking about how 2024 more in detail can still be a good year, or questioning it at least. And there will be... I'm definitely going to talk about this Pokemon game. I just don't know if the video is coming out today or tomorrow. But you'll see it. Also, Link exists. Yeah, I think F-Zero GX Remaster comes this year, but I think a lot of things come this year, so we'll see what happens. And yeah, keeping my expectations low was definitely good, but somehow they surprised me. In both a good and bad way. But we'll talk more about it. It was an interesting stream for sure. Legends, I'm hyped for it. 2024, we'll talk about it later tonight. Have a good one, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye.